for this problem, I'm given two arrays. One array is full of integers. The second array is a array of integers, as in like an array of arrays. And inside the inner array is another list of integers. So, and what I need to check is whether or not I can build the, if I can use any part of the second array to build the first array without any rearrangements. For example, this. Can I recreate 49, 18, 16 with the second array? No, because I'm not allowed to rearrange this, so I cannot get this exact sequence. So, as far as my understanding is, my input is two arrays, two lists in Python. First array is of integers. Second array is full of arrays of integers. An array inside an array of integers. Second array full of arrays of integers. And my output is a Boolean true if I can recreate the first array with parts of the second array. So for my match, I guess I can think of longest substring. Longest substring without repeats. That sounds a bit similar. And maybe the anagram, yeah. Yeah, check it to see if it's an anagram, the anagram string problem. So let's see. I think I'll need a bunch of for loops. Need some for loops, and I think I need a nested for loop. And with all these loops, I'll need a bunch of if conditions, a bunch of them, and of course some containers for variables. But that's like in every problem. I'll refrain from saying that. You need containers everywhere. So the plan. All right. My plan is to first look for all the false, so that I can delay the use of a nested for loop for as much as possible. So I'm gonna look for all the things that can be false. So I'm gonna check the length. If it's check the length of both arrays, given arrays. If they're the same, then I still got some work to do. I need to check. Yeah, I need to check if all the elements of the second array, first and only element, is in the first array. If not, return false. And then if I pass all that, return true. So yeah, that's going to be some kind of loop, of course. Now, if the length of the arrays are not the same, then I need to start checking the true size. Again, I'm trying to delay using the nested for loop, so I'm gonna call something called true length of 0, and then I'm gonna go for loop of second array, and then I'm just gonna count. So true length is just gonna be plus equal the length of every element here. Every element in second, the length of every second array. And if true length does not equal to the length of the array of this array, well, return false. Now if I get past all that, looks like I'll need to use the nested loop. So I'm gonna have a count. I'm gonna have a count starting at 0. Then I'm gonna go look at every element inside the second loop. So for every element in second array, if length of element of the current element is greater than 1, then it's like the inner array. Then I'm gonna make sure. Then I'm gonna use a for loop to look at every element of the first to check if that sequence matches. For example, for I in the range of the length of the first array minus the length of this current elements array, and plus 1 to make sure I get every element, because the length itself is always one number too big when working with arrays, so I need to add 1 here. It's not a magic number, that 1 is necessary. Then I'm gonna check to see if the sequence exists. So if the first arrays, if this subsequence here, plus the length of the current element. So this is my sub list inside this array, and I need to check if it's equal to this current element. If it does exist, then I'm going to add to the count. That's it for this loop. Then if the length of the element is exactly 1, if it's exactly 1, then I just need to see if it's inside the first array. So and if the element, and there's only one element, if the length of the element is 1, then, well, I know where it is, and it's at 0. Oh, no, wait, no, I don't need it 0. I just need to check if that list is equal to the sublist. Oh, sorry. I'm just looking for if that element is 1 and the single element is in the first array. That's what I meant to say. Then I just need to do count plus 1. If the length of the element is 1, that means I know there's only one element, so that means I can check it at 0, and I need to check if that number inside this element is in the first array. If it is, count plus 1. Then in the end, I return to see if the count is equal to the length of the second array. If that does match, then I can use all the elements in the second array to build the first array, and that's the idea that I have. So all this, technically I don't need any of this previous work. I can just let this do its work, but there's a double for loop, so all of this is just to delay the use of the double for loop as much as possible, just to make this slightly more efficient. And that's it.